After you have constructed the TMD device, which consists of the simulating tower and of the earthquake simulator plates, you now need to take your USB cable that's connected to your circuit playground and plug that into your computer. Once your computer is connected to the circuit playground, you need to open up the Earthquakes Excel worksheet. When you're in the Excel worksheet, you need to click on the Project Cordova tab. You click on the Project Cordova tab and you need to, step 1, connect the circuit playground to the Excel worksheet. So click on the Connect Device button, and you will notice that your Adafruit circuit playground should be selectable. Click on the Adafruit circuit playground button, and you will get a notice telling you click Start Data in the Project Cordova ribbon to start streaming live data from your device. Click OK. We have now connected our circuit playground to our Excel worksheet. However, we need to go back up into the Project Cordova ribbon and select step 2, which is to start streaming the data from the circuit playground into the workbook directly. So click on Start Data, and you can check to see if you're getting data by moving your building back and forth. You should be able to see movement of the needle, creating a seismogram, and the pendulum, and an example of the Taipei 101 building swinging back and forth. If you get all 3 of those creating visual data, you have successfully hooked up your circuit playground to your Excel worksheet. Hello, welcome back to the Tune Mass Damper instruction video. Right now we are ready to actually test the Tune Mass Damper with all of the parts working in harmony with each other. What I am going to do initially is change the direction of my clamp so that the larger portion of the clamp is now below the table. You can adjust the clamp as necessary for your situation. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 trials showing you the cause and effect of the Tune Mass Damper on a structure during an earthquake. So initially, buildings were built without any earthquake mitigation devices. So we are now going to model a building without any earthquake devices installed. We are now going to push the center back to a determined amount. In this case, we're going to set it back 12 centimeters. And now we're going to release this, and it will violently move forward, simulating the effects of an earthquake on a structure. And as you can see from the graph there, we had a large impact which created a very large displacement, and then over time it got less and less to where it's now back to 0. By clicking on the Save Trial button, we now can store the results of that test so that we can compare it to the effects of the Tune Mass Damper on the building. So we will now take our pendulum and attach it to our building using the bolt and wing nut. You want to make it just tight enough to where there's a fair amount of friction, but the pendulum can still move. You will also notice in the pendulum that there are washers for the weight and then a rubber grommet. The rubber grommet can be moved to change the height of the weight from the top of the building, and you can also remove the grommet entirely to change the actual weight of the pendulum. students will be allowed to change both the weight and height of the weight to see which works best for the situation that they're testing. We are going to just do an initial test to see what the effect is with the weight where it's located. I will now move the TMD base plate back out to the same 12 centimeter mark as before, and now we will then test and record the data from this and superimpose this graph on the previous one. So now you can see there was a marked effect change by installing the tune mass damper onto the structure. And if you see the superimposed values there was a huge reduction in the initial impact on the building and at the speed in which the building got back to a 0. The pink reveals the initial project without the tune mass damper, and then the blue line shows you the one with the tune mass damper installed.